Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. With special thanks to Revenant, Alois, Anerdinwarpaint, Dragon Matrix 7, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, Kazorm, Lima, Nathan Welch Jr., Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Wasteland 3. As we continue rummaging around for an assortment of gadgets and goo-gaws that we need to help two crazy kids get back together. And then, I don't know, maybe kill them? I'm not really sure where that's going yet. That said, last time round we knocked out the loading bay, so today I thought we'd delve into the research lab. See what new existential nightmares await us down there. Hopefully we'll find some way to finally crack open all these sealed doors and containers, because that is getting slightly aggravating. Let's find out.
Hey, Rangers! Brother Goiter calling. Saw that the elevator stopped at the lab level, and I figured I'd give you a heads up. Military used it as a lab back before the deluge, and the nucleus are doing the same now, trying to find ways to turn themselves all into angels like iridium. Not that they're having much success, but there's still a lot of them down there, running around, doing experiments on each other, so watch yourselves. They may be idiots, but they're powerful idiots. The voltage regulator you need is in the particle accelerator chamber. I'll ping you again once I see you're approaching. Good luck.
Thanks, Goiter. So we've got nucleists ahead, and that means more death-defying. Assuming we have to fight them. We actually talked to the last group. Toxic waste node. Warning to staff. Our toxic waste storage is overflowing, but research must go on. For now, we're storing it in the shipping containers, so be careful opening them without protective gear. Which I guess is this thing?
Rangers! We're still cataloging your sins!
That's nice. Okay, so these containers are full of holy radiation, but also loot containers. And we've got nucleus just up the way. They are marked as hostile, which does imply that we'll have to fight them. And we could crack open the rest of these containers. I mean, we can heal holy radiation now. This vending machine has seen better days. The spirals are empty, except for a small piece of paper tucked away in the back. It's hard to tell exactly which spiral might bring it forward, but it's somewhere between columns B through D and rows 2 through 4. So B through D and 2 through 4. What combinations would create actual phrases? I would say C4, but they're hitting us with number first, so 2B, 3D. Hey, look at that. The spiral turns, and the piece of paper drops into the chute below. Nice. Let's see what we got. Note from vending machine. Davey, I put this note where you said. Hope you find it. I saw those freaks put the rad suit in a shipping container, marked with a yellow triangle. Good luck. Peter. Interesting. So we have a radiation suit here somewhere. Hidden inside a container, marked with a triangle. Like, this one? Yeah, that's clearly not a radiation suit. So we must be missing something. Let's not fight these guys just yet. I'd like to see if we can actually avoid that.
Hey again, Rangers. Looks like you're closing in on the particle accelerator, so let me give you some more info. Your voltage regulator is attached to the particle accelerator's central core. Problem is, the core is lowered into a containment chamber while the PA runs its cycle. That means you'll need to shut down the accelerator to raise the core. Got me?
Kind of? You're throwing a lot at me here, Goiter. So this is the particle accelerator.
Now, there's a right way to do this, but the nucleus ain't gonna stand by while you read the manual, so you're gonna have to do it the wrong way by beating on it till it dies.
Okay.
Best way to do that, by my calculations, is to raise at least 3 of the accelerator's 4 particle cannons and shut them down. That'll stop the radiation cycle and raise the central core.
And, how do we shut those down exactly?
Well, you all got guns, right?
Yeah, we do. I just don't normally shoot particle accelerators.
Each cannon is connected to a control switch. You'll need to have somebody on the switch while the rest of you destroy the cannon.
Okay, so it's another objective-driven fight with pressure plates.
They collect energy from the central core. When they're full, they raise into position and discharge the radiation into accumulator panels. That's some good shit.
Wait, you're saying the radiation from the particle cannons is good?
Well, part of it is. The first pulse, the gamma pulse, is like a fresh cup of coffee. Even you outsiders might like it. The second, the holy radiation pulse, when the cannon vents the rest of its energy, is more like a stiff shot of whiskey. We can take it, but it'll make you folks sick as a dog faster than you can say hallelujah. Ain't much time between the gamma pulse and the holy radiation pulse, so you gotta get in quick, do your damage, and get clear. Got it?
I think so. Yes, we understood all of that. Absolutely.
Really? Because I was kind of faking it, but okay. As long as you know when to get out of the way, you're good.
Is there anything else we should know?
Once the nucleus spot you, they'll be on you like a bad rash, so keep away from them as long as you can. Good news is, killing a particle cannon should short out any nearby service hatches and cut off their reinforcements.
Okay, I'm starting to get this. Anything else that might help?
Good question. Let's see. First of all, you're not gonna get into the particle accelerator at all without a key card, so look around for that. Oh, and I think I saw a radiation suit down there somewhere. We didn't want it, but you might. Also, Deuterium's got a guy down there experimenting with mushrooms. Eating them is supposed to have some crazy effects. Don't know if that means good, bad, or just entertaining. Try them at your own risk, I guess. Oh, and here's a big one. The hydraulic system that raises and lowers the particle cannons in central core is not the accelerator chamber itself. If you sneak around and find it, you might be able to sabotage it in some way.
Sabotage.
Afraid that's all I got, Rangers. Good luck.
Alright, I think I get it. We'll take care of that, like 20 things you just said.
Go with the glow, Rangers.
Okay, so we need, to find a keycard for this door. We need to sabotage the hydraulic system, which we already know how to do from, Boris and Natasha. We need to track down that radiation suit, which is in a container with a triangle. we need to do something with mushrooms. And then once we do get in there, we have to stand on pressure plates to raise the plasma cannons, destroy them before we get irradiated, and then pull the fuse out of the main particle accelerator. That's a big pile of shit. Oh, wait, is that where the, is that the bottom of the hole from the food vault? That would be where we get the mustard, so then we just need a bottle of ketchup. And the hydraulic system is right next to it. Well, first things first, we need to get these guys out of the way, and there does not appear to be any non-violent way to do that, so I guess we're killing them. We'll keep our distance. That way, once they defy death, they'll have to waste their turns getting to us, and then they'll just drop dead. Oh, that guy is slightly deader than I thought he would be. Hold on. Oh, the initiates don't have death-defying. It's only the Crusaders, or the veteran nucleists. I didn't realize that, because the only other time we fought them, all of them had death-defying. Well, that does make this easier. Well, if you insist. How was that? Fall back. We'll force that guy to chase us. We've got more in the fog of darkness, but no line of sight. Let's get Rhett and a couple of decoys up front. They'll soak fire. In fact, let's slap up a shield too. And long way, decoys. Basically, we just don't want them to be able to approach us without going adjacent to at least one distraction. Now we just hunker down and prep our guns. Come at me, bro. Ow. Nice. Hey, look at that. Operation Nuclear Pylon was a relative success.
Was that supposed to hurt?
Here comes the zoo crew. Nice, nice. That's an action point debuff.
Was that supposed to hurt?
Okay, I think we've got this well in hand. The two guys behind the big container are our main concern because they can defy death, but I think I know how to deal with that. Let's go ahead and trim those health bars. Okay. I like how encouraging these guys are. If you don't hit them hard enough, they just suggest doing it harder. So what we need to do here is trigger death defying and then keep these guys pinned and ineffectual until they drop. I would just use a cryo grenade, but we've got pet pals in the mix, so we'll have to get a bit more hands-on. Now, Ret. No need to make this personal. Let's knock out that last initiate. Thank you, doll. And just to hedge our bets as much as possible, that should do it. Unless, of course, they decide to leave the smoke, but let's hope they're not smart enough for that.
Wanna fight to the last breath? Stand, heretic! We will have vengeance!
Fantastic. Quick spot check. Someone was bleeding out. Ah, gun bunny. Poor gal. Let's get that patched. And we're good. Cool, a big old pile of vendor trash. Always appreciated. Grimy note. Peter, sorry, had to go out. The mutants threw the rad suit in a shipping container marked with a nuclear symbol. Davy. Ah, so we're looking for a nuclear symbol in a triangle. Kind of like that symbol, only more triangular. Here we go. Yeah, let's go ahead and crack this thing open. Hazmat suit. Help keep the rads out so you can stay rad. Hazmat helmet. You can't help but feel they should have figured out a way to let you turn your head while wearing one of these. And hazmat pants. If you ever wanted to have kids after this, you should probably put these on. Duly noted, snarky description writer. So altogether, that totals 100% rad resistance, which is pretty ideal. Though the armor's mediocre, so I'll have to think on who to actually give that to. Pre-war attack pants. Pretty basic. Faded letters on this machine read, Particle Accelerator Main Hydraulic Pump. Authorized technicians only. Looking at the schematics on the access hatch door, you see that this pump raises and lowers the particle cannons and central core of the particle accelerator during its testing cycle. Right now it appears to be operating at optimal efficiency. Inside the hatch is a capped port for adding oil to the system, and more schematics and diagrams. The diagrams aren't helpful, but scrawled on one is a note. Warning, certain combinations of organic contaminants, even in small amounts, can cause slippage and jamming. In other words, if you just ate lunch, wash your damn hands before oiling. Which is, of course, a not-so-subtle reference to how we're supposed to sabotage this thing. Sabotage. Which I suppose means we should go dig through that pile of corpses and poop. Yep, that's pretty clearly the bottom of the hole that Boris and Natasha have been dumping things in for 6 generations. This midden heap is made of shit, decomposing cardboard, random trash, tens of thousands of empty tin cans, and a few human skeletons. Yeah, I'd say we're in the right place. Each of your senses revolts in horror as you poke at the shit heap, hoping for treasure. Your curiosity is rewarded. Do you want to dig deeper? Hey, it's their gun. They did mention they dropped it. Yes, we have to go deeper. Your arm turns brown up to the shoulder as you feel around for lost goodies. Nausea nearly overcomes you as you retrieve more buried bounty. You don't feel well. Do you want to continue? Well, we don't have the mustard yet, so we have to. You plunge in, kicking your way to the center of the pile, and covering yourself with rotten trash and a century's worth of excrement in the process. Cool. You found something. You also feel sick as a dog, and that stink will never come out of your clothes.
Come back after the break, kids, when we'll hear fearless leaders say, "Moss and Squirrel, greatest threat to glorious motherland." See you soon.
Every kid knows real spies need a decoder ring to read secret messages from double agents. Get yours in specially marked boxes of candy-coated Cosmo Nut cereal and be a spy today.
You hear this, childrens? Secret messages from Moscow hidden in decadent Western television show. Learn and remember. Real spy have decoder ring, and Moose and Squirrel greatest threat to motherland. Now listen. Our mission to wait for signal from Moscow to destroy American particle accelerator. I know it's difficult to resist eating mayonnaise, but when signal comes, if you mix with ketchup and mustard, will damage hydraulics even more. Da?
Da, Mommy! Da!
They really hammered in that bit about the decoder ring. They brought it up twice. So I bet we could go back up to Boris and Natasha and show it to them, and convince them that we're also Russian spies. Which I guess would prevent them from getting mad when we destroy the particle accelerator, because we have to do that. Though before we do that, we still need to find ketchup. So there must be ketchup around here somewhere. Here or in security. Nucleus Patrol Log. A torn sheet of paper with spaces for daily incident reports. One has been filled in. "1400, patrol start. 1411, saw proto-drools, no contact. 1423, saw proto-drools again. I think one of them used to be Brother Yellowcake. 1455, disembodied voices near the shit pile again. Brother Carnotite thinks they're ghosts, but that pipe in the ceiling comes from the loading dock level. I think there's people up there we just haven't found yet. My proof? Ghosts don't poop. Yeah, I can't really fault that logic, and if there are pooping ghosts, I really don't want to know about them. But, yes, in this particular case, it is clear they are not dealing with ghosts. It's just two very confused spies. Now, I do want to open all these storage containers, but we'll do that on our way out, once we've got that suit on someone. For now, let's check these side chambers.
Our monitors have eyes everywhere in Colorado, Rangers. No matter what you did, we've seen it. Like the time you brought refugees from the bazaar to Colorado Springs, when there wasn't enough space or food there for more people.
What did you think was gonna happen? Did you expect to just reach into your packs and pull out loaves and fish like some kind of mercenary messiahs?
You need to turn your halos in, Rangers. They're all rusty.
Gosh, you're right. I really should have just left them to freeze and or starve to death. What was I thinking? Those two are getting really chatty. Brother Bismuth? Ah, I think we've just found the mycology lab.
A specimen appears edible.
No sign of our good friend Mike, though. But I think he's actually still in our brig. I think that radio call we got was from our hecklers.
Sister Oddnight, is that you? Who in the name of holy detonation are you?
Oh, you know, just new converts to the nucleist cause. You can tell by our healthy glow. Oh, and I can also quote chapter 20, verse 7 if you'd like.
Oh, well then, welcome novices. I'm Brother Bismuth, and this is my lab, where I study the effects of holy radiation on the beneficial properties of certain species of therapeutic mushrooms. My theory is that if the sacred fire can transform the worthy into angels, what could it do for the common fungi, eh? And the results have been fascinating!
Cool. Good for you. So what can you tell us about this stuff?
Well, I've got two running right now. In one, I'm dipping mushrooms into a bath of holy radiation, then freezing them to see if that increases their effectiveness. In the other, I'm using a working model of the particle accelerator down the hall to blast mushrooms with more concentrated holy radiation.
Can you show us the radiation bath thing?
Actually, if you wanted to give it a go, I'd welcome the help. It's a bit of a chore trying all the different combinations of mushrooms and radiation and cryo exposure. You can look at my notes for the exposure times, etc., and then just set the machine. It automatically takes core samples from the mushrooms and records the data, so you could keep the ones you complete, if you want.
Okay, that sounds intriguing. And what about the particle accelerator?
Of course! That one's my favorite. Follow what? A curious specimen. You see, just like in the real one, the mini power core is energized by the particle accelerator, then rises into position and fires a calibration pulse of radioactive energy to sync with the energy accumulator. After the calibration pulse, the power core discharges its radioactive energy into the accumulator, then retracts to start the next cycle. Thus, timing is critical in this experiment. One must place the mushroom so it is struck by the calibration pulse, which is beneficial, but remove it before the main blast, which can destroy it. The same would be true for anyone who entered the real accelerator while it was operating. The calibration pulse would give them a lovely glow. The main blast would incinerate. But what sort of fool would do such a thing?
Yeah. What kind of clown would ever go inside an active particle accelerator? That's just wacky. Ragnashock, a cobbled-together battle axe that answers the question of, what if Vikings had discovered electricity? That is a noble question indeed, my friend. And it's things like this that make me regret not having a melee specialist in our squad. Nice. More crafting ingredients.
A specimen appears edible. Colorization is exquisite.
Tune of Tumors. A recording of a children's nursery rhyme played on what sounds like a music box.
What a curious specimen.
And there's our keycard.
Specimen appears edible.
So if I play that near a blocked door or container, will that open it? Welcome to Encyclopedia Mycologica 3.0. Please select a specimen. The Sickener. Color red, edibility poisonous, location found in coniferous forests. Experiment data, successful sample after 40 milliseconds radiation, 10 milliseconds cryogenics. Shaggy mane. White, edible, found near roads. Successful sample after 10 milliseconds radiation, 30 milliseconds cryogenics. The Panther. White and yellow, poisonous, found in forests. 15 milliseconds radiation, 10 milliseconds cryogenics. So 40 and 10. Red 40 and 10. Red 40 and 10. Loading radiotropic experiment controller. Please select an option. Experiment instructions. After depositing a valid specimen in receptacle, select duration of radiation exposure, followed by duration of cryogenic treatment. Experiment results will be deposited in the exit chute. Valid native Colorado fungi specimens, destroying angel, horse, and panther. Only one of which was listed on the other computer. So how do we actually do an experiment? Where do we get mushrooms?
Colorization is exquisite.
Right, so each computer has 2 red herrings and 1 real entry. In this case, horse mushrooms. Yeah, and then the first computer had panther mushrooms listed with 2 other fake entries. White with yellow tints, edible, found in plains. Successful sample after 10 milliseconds radiation, 20 cryogenics. 10 and 20. And then these are just distractions. Oh, okay. 10 and 20. $10 and $20. Holy horse mushroom. A horse mushroom successfully infused with the power of holy radiation. Restores full con and grants +1 combat speed and +2 action points, but only for 2 turns, and then you also gain holy radiation. Interesting. So not fantastic, but useful. Assuming you're willing to soak that radiation hit. Let's see what the other ones do. Holy Panther Mushroom. Full heal, plus 100% evasion and crit resistance, again for 2 turns, with a Holy Radiation Chaser. That's pretty solid. Holy Destroying Angel Mushroom, which is once again a full heal, but this time with a massive boost to crit damage and crit chance. Nice. And I assume we get more mushrooms from Bismuth.
Ah, it's you again. How can I help you?
I don't suppose you sell mushrooms?
Sell? We Nucleus have no use for money. The holy detonation gives us all we need. But, well, I suppose I could do something with whatever you gave me. All right, here are some things you might like.
Anti-radiation mushrooms. That's what Sick Rick told us about. So that's good. Spotted mushroom, which applies love. Golden mushroom applies shroom core. And gross mushroom, which applies the sads. You know what? I'll just take all of these and figure out what they do later. I wonder if we can identify these with the Encyclopedia Mycologica, and then experiment on them to enhance their properties. Loading Mini Power Core Controller. Please select an option. Okay. I think this is just a glorified demonstration of what to expect in the final chamber. The yellow light is relatively harmless. The red light needs to be avoided.
That specimen appears edible.
Alright, we're running a bit long, but let's go check out that last room. I'll mess with the mushrooms a bit more off-screen. That's probably normal. Oh, a cloning lab. Interesting.
Did it work? It worked! I've successfully cloned myself! This is incredible! I've got to tell... Ah!
Oh my. That is an unfortunate situation. Welcome to Cloning Controller version 1.0. Iteration experiment in progress. Please select an option. Okay. Start experiment? Clone iteration already active. Please make another selection. View info. The purpose of this experiment is to determine the rate of DNA deterioration in clones recycled from a single batch of undifferentiated pluripotent biogenetic material, UPBG, over multiple generations. Thus, using a laser borrowed from Dr. Dawson's lab, we have set up a system to create, destroy, and recycle clones in rapid succession. Current clone DNA deterioration progress. Runtime start 1/21/98, 14:00:03. Current clone iteration number. Error, unable to compute. Last verifiable iteration 65,536. Request DNA sample? DNA sample will be collected from next complete clone iteration. There will be a 3-second scan before disintegration and collection. Warning, countdown may cause clone to become aware of its impending disintegration. Do you wish to proceed? Well, I mean, considering these things just keep dying anyway. Yes?
Did it work? It worked! I've successfully cloned myself! This is incredible!
DNA scan in progress. Countdown to disintegration in 3,
Countdown to what?
2,
No! No, no! Turn it off!
1.
Advanced DNA sample ready. Please enjoy. Yes, thank you. I mean, I do feel slightly bad about that, but I mean, what else can I do here?
Did it work? It worked! I've successfully cloned myself!
Vial of advanced DNA. DNA obtained from an advanced genetic extraction process in Cheyenne Mountain. Its helix structure is highly stable, so may be able to reinforce incomplete genetic information.
Oh no! Turn it off!
I wonder if we can give that to Irv back at Ranger HQ.
Did it work? It worked!
Portable headphones. If you had a portable cassette player, you could treat yourself to a private listening experience in 12 kbps monaural bliss.
What?
Memo from Cheyenne researcher. This memo has been printed out on clean office paper. Under the original dot matrix text is a handwritten note in red ink. Hey guys, without some sort of treadmill, this Hurl VR thing is going to kill somebody. People are walking into desks, tripping over trash cans. Get Jenkins to create a virtual map of the whole facility, down to every desk and chair, and the exterior too, so that when you wear it, you're virtually in the exact place you actually are. Scrawled below that is an angry note. You idiot! When the brass finds out you've uploaded a detailed virtual map of America's most top-secret facility into these headsets, you're going to jail. And not virtual jail. Real jail. What if the Russians got a hold of them? Get rid of them! Which ties in with the VR headset we found in Quarex's museum, which did have a map of the Cheyenne Mountain complex in it. That's fun.
DNA scan in progress. Countdown to disintegration in 3,
Countdown to what?
2,
No! No, no! Turn it off!
1.
So it's just gonna keep doing that, huh? Yeah, I don't feel great about that. So can I actually get this to open up if I play that tape we found?
It worked! I've successfully... Did it work? It worked! I've successfully cloned myself! This is incredible!
DNA scan in progress. Countdown to disintegration in 3,
Countdown to what?
2,
No! No, no! Turn it off!
1.
Hey, ketchup. Despite sitting for a century and a half, the preservatives in this ketchup have kept it semi-liquid. Special sauce recipe. The secret to a truly mouth-watering burger. It's creamy, but maybe a little runny. Oh, I see. So that would be a recipe that just uses ketchup and mustard, which would work, but wouldn't be as efficient as the Thousand Island dressing recipe that Boris gave us. Man, now I want a burger. Well, obviously we'll make the Thousand Island dressing, but we'll hold off on sabotaging it until we have another chat with Boris. Contains a thick pink dressing made from ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard for a bit of extra kick. Its viscosity makes it perfect for sabotaging a particle accelerator. Well, there's your tagline right there. Slap that on the ads. Welcome, Dr. Finster, Jr., booting Volume C. Finster. That guy gets around. Directory of C, projectlogs.txt, clones.txt, secretlabcode.txt. Project logs? Finally, the advanced genetic sequencer is fully operational. Our initial test run showed that it was capable of iterating hundreds of copies a day. This is a great day for science, and a great day for me. I must tell Father. So it was a clone, not Irwin himself. Right, hence the junior. All clones made using my own DNA are proving frustratingly stupid. Though I've been hesitant to reveal the details, even going so far as to hide my cloning lab from my colleagues, I think I'm going to have to let someone in on the secret. Perhaps Jenkins. He looks healthy. Jenkins is the same guy who made the VR map. I've really got to memorize this thing. Clone lab code Darwin. Subtle.
Did it work? It worked! I've successfully cloned myself! This is incredible!
Countdown to
Can we do something about this?
Countdown to... what?
Apparently not.
No! Oh no! Turn it off! Hey!
1.
Hang in there, Jenkins. That laser is bound to break down eventually. A recipe for an elite pre-war helmet. Similar to the elite recipes from Steeltown, though you needed tellurium for those. So what do we need for this one? Carbon fiber. That does make sense. We've been finding that scattered around Cheyenne Mountain. Commemorative smashed penny. Dated 1967. Which does make sense. I think that's when they finished building the real Cheyenne Mountain complex. Welcome to Finster Cloning Controller version 2.0. Please select an option. Warning: unidentifiable genetic material in biomass hopper. Please purge to allow for proper insertion of undifferentiated, pluripotent biogenetic material. Can we clone Jenkins? Hold on. Unidentified genetic material detected in biomass hopper. Clone synthesis unavailable until material is purged. No undifferentiated pluripotent biogenetic material detected. Okay, let's hold off on this for now. We're running a bit long, and we have almost completely explored this level, with the exception of the one room we couldn't get in, and the main accelerator chamber itself, which, from the sounds of it, is just going to be a giant fight. I'll tell you what. We'll hit the pause button for now. I'm going to poke at these mushrooms a bit more. I'm going to go have a chat with Boris and Natasha. And I'm going to head back to Colorado Springs and have a chat with Irv, who himself is a later generation clone of Erwin Finster. And I hear the Patriarch has some new stuff to say too, so I might swing by his place. But we will pick up here next time. We'll touch on the highlights, and then we'll walk into an active particle accelerator. I don't see how that could possibly go wrong. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Wasteland 3, The Cult of Holy Detonation, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.
Really? Because I was kind of faking it, but okay.